we sure we want to do this one? Fine, we'll do it, but we're turning off the comments. You did this to yourself, Internet.
No comments?
Trigger warning. The following video contains scenes from the 2016 film Ghostbusters.
Trigger.
From the studio that just got hacked by North Korea, lost creative control of Spider-Man, might lose James Bond, and couldn't even keep Adam Sandler happy, comes the surefire hit to put them back on track.
What?
Oh no. Experience a film that created a perfect storm of hatred, uniting people who legitimately hated the trailers, people who legitimately hate reboots of classic films, and people who legitimately like to yell hateful nonsense on the internet.
And now they're making Ghostbusters with only women. What's going on?
Wait, we're making a Ghostbusters video and calling out Trump? I am so getting doxxed. Get ready for the film that everyone in their blog rushed to judge before they'd even seen it, and prove to all the haters
that was the case.
That it's bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, it's not as bad as they said it was gonna be, but still, it's pretty bad.
I lost my glasses! Oh, wait, I got them! They're in my hand!
Look out, boys. There's a brand new cast in town. And it's true. These Ghostbusters have no dick. Or chemistry.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, do you want to?
Sorry, I'll let you.
Next time.
As everyone in the ensemble plays the comic relief at the same time, featuring the awkward comic relief.
Yes, Princeton. More like Prince. Tons of dummies go there.
The random comic relief.
I can think of 7 good uses of a cadaver today.
The down-to-earth comic relief.
I'm sorry, my uncle owns a funeral home, not an Enterprise rent-a-car.
And the physical comic relief. Look, you can't all be the Venkman. Someone's got to be the Egon.
Right.
Together, they'll unite against a villain so forgettable, they'll ditch him halfway through for Chris Hemsworth and the third act of Pixels.
I still haven't seen Pixels though, so I don't. I've never seen it.
For a film that's desperate to prove it's not like the original.
Ghostbusters, that is not our name.
But also desperate to remind you of the original at every opportunity, with the exact same plot as the first Ghostbusters.
We gotta cross the streams.
But the old cast is there too, but they're playing new characters stuck in humiliating cameos.
Look, I don't go to Chinatown, I don't drive wackos, and I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
But it's still set in the same universe as the original?
But Zoo,
Why isn't this a sequel, or just a straight reboot? Or just don't call it Ghostbusters and make an original movie about shooting ghosts with laser beams? Oh no, I've become one of them. Experience a feature-length reminder that comedy is subjective, your enjoyment of which depends on how much you like Paul Feig's B material. And not 1, not 2, but 3 jokes about soup.
I got 1 wonton. That looks like dishwater and one shrimp. I'm just looking for a reasonable ratio of wontons to broth.
Or spring for the extended cut that adds 15 minutes of new footage featuring not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different dance numbers.
Ghosts! They're real!
Really? Extended edition?
Wow.
You really want to push your luck on this? Man, you did not make it easy to like you, Ghostbusters. So catch this fine but forgettable comedy some people treated like the coming of the apocalypse, that after a summer full of duds like the Jason Bourne rehash, the Independence Day sequel, and a Tarzan reboot, proves once and for all that girls can make middle-of-the-road studio-mandated franchise bait just as well as the boys. Ray. Starring Kristen Wiig, Melissa McBarfy, two-step verification, you guys, Kate McCosplay, Chris Hunksworth, and I know a lot of us are divided over this film, but let's take a moment to agree on one thing that actually deserves all that hate: the Fall Out Boy cover song. No! Ghostbusters. Now let's never speak of this again.
Ever again.
If something's lame and it ain't that good, what you gonna do? Don't watch it. And don't waste your time trolling the cast just because they agreed to be in a bad movie. You hate it? Well, fine then. Go support something original, why don't you? Man, how did a Ghostbusters movie become the most political thing in America during an election year? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
All right, that was pretty funny. Now, I know that, yes, every character is pretty much the same. I hate movies, and it seems more like an SNL type scenario when everybody's trying to be the comic relief at the same time, and you can't have that. You got to have the straight man, or in this case, woman, and that wasn't the case in a lot of these scenes in this movie. Now, I did not know there was an extended version of this film. Like, I don't even, why? Like, why was there even an extended version of this movie? It wasn't, like, horrible. It wasn't good, but it wasn't like I don't know, people were like going at it so crazy because it was a female cast for what we knew from the original movie. Like trying to completely change it. And that, it doesn't always work. Like even Ocean's 8 with Sandra Bullock and all the women that were taking on the roles from George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Like that movie was okay, but it wasn't trying to be its own thing. And that's why I normally hate about these types of situations. This female Ghostbusters scenario, they could have taken it and kind of changed different aspects than just kind of rehashing the same movie over again, just with female characters. But that's just me. We'll talk about it in a minute. But for now, let's watch the pitch meeting.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. So I was thinking we could do like a reboot of Ghostbusters. I don't think that's a very good idea. Oh, you don't? Yeah, I mean, the original Ghostbusters is something special that people really care about, right? It feels like we should just come up with something original. Okay, but it would probably make a lot of money. Oh, it would? Okay, yeah, let's do it. Oh, that was easy. Yeah, you should have led with the money thing. There's nothing I wouldn't do for money. Oh, yeah? Nothing. Yeah, I'd sell my own grandmother just to make a quick buck. I don't care. You'd sell your grandmother for $1? Oh, yeah, for sure. You interested? I mean, maybe. That sounds like a pretty good deal. Well then, sold. She's pretty senile too, so she says all kinds of funny stuff. Oh, that's gonna be entertaining. It sure will be. So tell me about this Ghostbusters reboot. Well, first off, I figured we could do like a gender swap thing and make them female Ghostbusters. Oh, okay, interesting. What was the motivation for that? It's sexist of you to even ask that. Ah, damn it. Yeah, you're on a list now. That's fair. Yeah, so the Ghostbusters are gonna be these like four women, Aaron, Abby, Patty, and Holtzman. Which one is the funny one? Aaron, Abby, Patty, and Holtzman. Oh, really? Yeah, they're all gonna be super smart, but sometimes they're gonna turn super dumb when the actresses think of funny lines to say. Isn't it your job to think of the funny lines, though? No, I'm pretty sure it's typically the actors that come up with lines. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, so I thought we could start by putting them in a bunch of slightly interconnected scenarios and just have them improvise a bunch of lines. Okay. And then we'll have about 5 hours of wacky improvised lines that we could kind of whittle down into some kind of Frankenstein monster of a movie. And that's how comedies are made? Listen, I'm no expert, but I think that's how it's done. Wait, you're not an expert? Oh god, no, are you? No, I'm not. Should we get one of those? Nah, it's probably fine. Well, okay then, so tell me about the slightly interconnected scenarios. Sure, well the movie's gonna start off in a mansion and we're gonna get a huge backstory for this ghost that lives there. Oh yeah? Yeah, we're gonna have a mansion tour guide explain that she killed a bunch of people. It's gonna take up quite a bit of time. Yes. So her backstory's gonna be pretty important to the movie moving forward? No. Well, okay then. We're also gonna have the ghost attack the tour guide in the opening scene. Oh, what does she do? Apparently nothing, because he's totally fine a couple of scenes later. So that whole thing was mostly pointless? Mostly, yes. Yeah. Huh. Anyway, so the main characters are gonna go to the mansion later and get the ghost on video. Oh, interesting. Yeah, but then apparently they only upload Erin's reaction to YouTube, so she loses her job at the university. Should have probably uploaded the whole thing. Probably, and then Abby and Holtzman get fired from their jobs too, so they all decide to form a ghost squad together. With what money? Unclear, and then they hire a secretary guy, Kevin. With what money? Unclear, and then they hire this other lady, Patty. With what money? Unclear. I just don't get how this business model works. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense, but Kevin's gonna be really dumb, so I hope people just focus on that. Oh, how dumb are we talking? Like, very dumb. A very dumb character sounds like something a comedy movie would have, so I'm on board. Fantastic. Like, so tell me about some of the other characters. Oh, well, Abby's gonna have this thing where she keeps yelling at a delivery guy because her soup doesn't have enough wontons. Oh, having a main character be mean to somebody in the service industry does make them very likable. It sure does, and then Holtzman is gonna be weird. That's hilarious, because that's not normal. Exactly. And are they gonna go up against a bad guy? Yeah, this dude Rowan wants to unleash ghosts in New York City. Oh, that does sound like a bad guy. Yeah, and the Ghostbusters are gonna corner him at a certain point, so he's gonna, you know, commit suicide in front of them. Oh my god, that's so dark. No, it's gonna be really funny. The Ghostbusters are gonna crack a bunch of jokes. They're not at all traumatized by seeing someone die in front of them. Not at all. It happens at another point of the movie too. Oh, really? Yeah, I thought we could get Bill Murray to come play this paranormal debunker guy who gets shot out a window by a ghost. Oh my lord, and there aren't any consequences? No, the Ghostbusters are gonna talk to a cop about Patrick Swayze, and then we're never gonna talk about the situation again. Wow. Yeah, and then we could have random cameos from the other original Ghostbusters. Doesn't really matter how. Yeah, just shove them in there. I don't care.
Really
so what are
matter.
people's character arcs? Oh, I don't have any of that going on.
producers
Oh,
think I
okay.
don't care
Yeah, no,
a lot
that
in this
sounds
one.
boring. Let's stick with the improv, okay? Is it gonna be hard to wrap up a movie if nobody has character arcs?
Right.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, in the third act, we could just do what all blockbusters do these days. Big CGI fight in a sky beam. Big CGI fight in a sky beam. Oh, big CGI fights and sky beams are tight. Yeah, so essentially the bad guy Rowan is a ghost now, and he's like the most powerful being ever. How come? I don't know. Fair enough. So then he takes control of Kevin and freezes a whole crowd of people. Wait, he can freeze people? Yeah, pretty cool, right? Well, that's game over, right? Can't he just freeze the Ghostbusters? Yeah, but he's not gonna do that, though. Oh, do they have something to block that or something? No, he's just not gonna do it, because they're the main characters. Oh. And then he's gonna take the form of a giant Ghostbusters ghost, and they're all gonna shoot him in the testicles. What? Yeah, pretty cool, right? He can take the form of anything, and he takes the form of a giant ghost with sensitive testicles. That's what we're going with. Well, okay then. And so, yeah, what do you think? Well, I think we've made a ton of fantastic decisions here today. Yeah, you do. Oh, yeah, but there is one more thing we can do to really make this movie perfect. Oh, yeah? What's that?
Here we go, yeah. So this one obviously has a lot of comparisons to the Honest trailer. Like, they both talk about how all the characters are comic relief characters. They both talk about the whole wonton soup situation, how we've got multiple scenes of that. But I like how the pitch meeting takes the point of, you know, what kind of business model is this? They all got fired from their jobs. What money do they have to hire people and pretty much do what they do with tracking down ghosts and getting all this equipment and all this kind of stuff? Like, how does that even work? Pitch meeting was really funny though, considering it didn't have as many scenes as the Honest trailer. Sometimes I feel like that can hinder it a little bit, but Ryan George just knows how to use the comedy to his, you know, in the way that he does to make it work, so you don't really feel like it's lacking in any way. But I like how he also speaks to the suicide piece, like for a couple of characters. Well, I guess one just got murdered in front of them, but the one character who was the main character that pretty much commits suicide to let this thing happen and let the ghost just roam free, and it does nothing to the characters. Like, it's weird the type of comedy or comedic moments they chose to have in this one. Sometimes it didn't make a whole lot of sense, and a lot of it didn't land. The movie overall, I remember, I haven't watched it since the first time I watched it, but it was okay. Didn't need to be made. One of those scenarios where it's a movie that didn't need to be made. No one was really asking for it, but they went ahead and did it. Now we've got Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out, which looks like it's going back to the tone and feelings of the original. I'm looking forward to that one, so I think that's going to be really good. Have you seen the trailer for that? Let me know what you think, and if you're looking forward to seeing that on the big screen, because I am. But these are really funny. Let me know your thoughts on Ghostbusters. Let's try to keep it PG though, guys. I know, like, you know, a lot of comments on, you know, the video for that originally were pretty bad, so, you know, we keep things light here, but I still want to talk about it. Did you see it? What did you think? Which of these two videos did you prefer, Honest trailers or pitch meeting? Let me know in the comments below, because I want to know what you guys think. As always, to my hyper crew, Brian Tidwell, Steve O, Slepnear, K6013, Portalo Mobile 44, Dash Milner, and Daniel Lopez. Thank you guys so much for being a part of that crew. I really do appreciate it. To all my members and my subscribers, thank you so much for supporting the channel, whether it's monetarily or just hitting that subscribe button. It's really helping the channel grow. I really do appreciate it. While you're still here, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Also subscribe. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I think you'll enjoy what we're doing here. You can also check out our most popular videos right over here. You can see our most recent reactions right up there as well. If you've seen all of that, then I will see you guys in the comments. We'll talk about this one.